to watching young men grapple, why not watch slightly older men and women grapple? I'm Chris Wolvie, the wrestling vlog who always tells it like it is. Today is the official full start of the American college football season. And the last such season that will make any amount of sense for a while, with many conferences exploding to 20 teams more or less, and the Pac-12 imploding into a dwarf star. Confusion about who is in which conference and available for what championship is gonna run rampant for a few years before things settle down. Not much different for the WWE as of late, truthfully. This PLE has been slapped together rather hastily, it seems. Not necessarily a bad thing, as some of the better PLEs I've seen were slapped together over the last few years, but while some matches are part of feuds that have been going on for some time, others are from feuds that just sort of happened during August. Still, with 4 of the 9 possible titles on the line, one in a street fight no less, a steel cage women's match, and a cross-promotional match between big names in 40-year-old competitors, it does have potential. So when you're done seeing people butt heads with helmets on, watch people butt heads and then some with minimal protection on. Here are my predictions for Payback 2023. Let's start with LA Knight versus The Miz. You know, Knight doesn't remind me of The Miz as much as he reminds me of AJ Styles. They both started their WWE careers after a significant amount of time elsewhere. While Mike was in his early 20s when he lost Tough Enough, but still made the roster before becoming a 2-time Grand Slam champion. But neither of these guys are spring chickens anymore. Still, Miz is more or less a pusher now, and this should be his biggest pushing to date. Winner is LA Knight, yeah! Steel cage match, Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. Look, this feud has already overshot its tolerance level, and while steel cage matches aren't the feud stoppers they once were, I pray this is the end no matter who wins. Stratus has done her job, thrusting Zoe Stark into the limelight after a shaky start, and we would have gladly said thank you to Stratus if she asked nicely. She needs to slip back to retirement with Lita very quickly. Zoe might interfere somehow in this match, but the man has come around to Pittsburgh like an NL Central team after the Pirates. And the result's pretty much the same. Winner is Becky Lynch. Steel cage street fight for the undisputed tag team titles. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor and Damian Priest of the Judgment Day. The problem: making this a street fight makes this a 4-on-2 affair. 5-on-2 if you count JD McDonough. And Damian would rather he didn't. Assuming the women's title match had taken place already, it may still be a one-sided match. I really want KO and SZ to continue as champs, but the odds are stacked against them. Besides, who doesn't want to see, if only for a few weeks, all 4 members of the Judgment Day with title belts? Kind of a flashback to Evolution in the first weeks of 2004. Winners and new champs, Finn Balor and Damian Priest. Speaking of, Women's World Championship match. Rhea Ripley defends against Raquel Rodriguez. Yeah, I'm sort of through with Rackrod disappointing me in PLEs. I'm sure she'll still have potential and possibly could win a title at the next PLE. But she'll be champ someday, just don't expect me to vote for her to win this day. Ripley is the only thing holding the Judgment Day together these days. As stands the title of Ripley, Judgment Day stands. Should fall the title of Ripley, Judgment Day falls. And Dom Dum is not gonna let that happen. Not as long as he has 2 heavy title belts to use against Rodriguez. Don't get me wrong, the fall of the Judgment Day will start soon, but the first shoe won't drop until everyone involved has titles. Winner and still champ, Rhea Ripley. United States Championship rematch. Rey Mysterio versus Austin Theory. Now you see what happens when you try to end a war by ignoring the Geneva Convention and fighting dirty? Just because you take out one of the Allied forces doesn't mean there aren't others to take their place. But now that Theory has had time to prepare, he should be more of a match against Ray, right? Wrong! I know, I want to see Mysterio ride off into the San Diego sunset and see what his son can do. But until Dom Dum turns face, he's not going to do that. And if it takes holding on to that belt a little longer, so be it. Besides, Santos Escobar and the rest of the LWO will have his back should Theory try something dirty. And he shall. Winner and still champion, Rey Mysterio. Finally, for the World Heavyweight Championship, Seth frickin' Rollins defends against Shinsuke Nakamura. Now here was a feud out of nowhere. Sure, Naki seems to be on fumes when it comes to his King of Strong style shtick, but did he really have to attack Rollins just to get a shot at the new big gold belt? I'm sure he has another year or so of quality matches before he gets shoved to pusher status. He doesn't have to rush things like this. Of course, the 20 vertebrae elephant in the room is Rollins' back. We can all guess that Naki's strikes will almost exclusively target those busted bones, but will that be enough to get the crowds to stop singing his song and cheering him on? Oh, hells no. Pardon the stereotyping, but if Nakamura goes all Pearl Harbor on Rollins' back, he'll answer back with shock and awe and nuke Nakamura into obscurity. Winner and still champion, Seth frickin' Rollins. Those are my picks. Oh, and of course, I'm picking my boys in maize and blue to three-peat in the Big Ten plus 4 more next year. Go Blue! I'm Chris Wall with the Wrestling Blog, who always tells it like it is. Pray for peace. And I'll see ya